What's going on, nail friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Rosie and you've joined me on Mary Rosie Dips. And in this video we are unboxing a Lift Your Spirit Dips Mani of the Month box kit, which is a subscription, I guess is the way it's called, where you can get it every month if you want to, or not get it. It's not renewable. You just purchase it if and when you want to. And this is the February month box, and look how amazing these things are. So first of all, Cassandra packages everything up amazingly. The box is adorable. Typically each month we try to do some kind of a new tutorial. So this month the tutorial focus on learning something new is for stamping. So it came with Maniology items for stamping, and I will be using those for my manicure. So I'm gonna let you watch just for a few minutes while I unbox the kit's items. And basically this is what came in this month's kit. Every month is different except for the basic 3 dips that come in the kit, and then every kit comes with a buffer block and a file, and then the rest of the items are typically different. So this one came with this what's the word that I'm thinking of? Gosh, I can't even think of the actual word. A prop, hand nail feet prop, little heart that she made. You saw that cute little flower in there. And then, like I said, this one has Maniology stamping items. So there is a plate and a polish. A previous month's box, if you've never used any Maniology items, there's another month box from, I can't remember which one. I've been working with Cassandra since May last year, but there is another box that had a Maniology sticky base coat and smudge-free top coat, and the tutorial for that month was water slide decals. So that's what I used to apply my water slide decals, and those were included in that month's box. And this month is the actual stamping polish and stamping plate. So if you have that previous box, now you have other items from Maniology, which is great to have. Then we have this jelly stamper, and then that was a scrub hand soap for you to wash your hands. And I have to talk about that for a second, because I don't think I've used sugar scrubs before, and that little scrub soap thing, I thought I would have to use cuticle oil after I was done washing my hands, and I didn't. I actually didn't have to put anything on. It was weird. They felt so moisturized and it felt great, and it smelled so good. Now this kit, I think by the time this video goes up, this already went live. I want to say it's been a week, and unfortunately I think they're completely sold out. They usually sell out within a couple of days, but this is like a preview for you guys to know what you kind of missed. So that you can be on the lookout for a possible box, or the next box I should say, coming out next month. So be on the lookout on that. So here is the Mani that I'm doing, and the 3 dips that came in this month's box. These are the 3 colors. The first one, claws out, the pink on the left, is actually a thermal. So it goes from this beautiful pink to, I thought it was almost burgundy-ish brown, but it in some lighting might look gray brown, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's like a color combination that is making sense when I explain it. So I guess you'll see it in the end on the pictures and stuff, but I'm just doing my basic dip application, and you do see some shiny stuff on my nails. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you don't know, I do multiple manicures, sometimes per day, for promotions of products, and for my own, I have over 1,000 dip powders that I use. And so I change my nails out more frequently than a normal person would, because I'm a brand ambassador for several different companies, including being a brand ambassador for Lift Your Spirit Dips. you can use my discount code MaryRosie10 to get 10% off of getting this box and any other item in the shop. That's MERYROSY10. But I have builder gel on my natural nails on my right hand, and then I have peel base on top. The peel base just allows me to be able to pop off this manicure as soon as I'm done without damaging my nails. So that's why my nails are shiny when you see me putting dip liquid on. I am using 10 by Tina dip liquid base and activator for this manicure. Lift Your Spirit Dips currently does not have dip liquids available that come or are an option for these kids, and not as of right now, but I think Cassandra is researching and looking for the perfect dip liquids. So my basic application is 2 layers of the color, if it's a solid color, and 1 layer of a glitter if it is a glitter. I do put my items into cupcake liners when my nails are either longer, or if it's a chunky dip powder, so that I can lay my nail into it and get better coverage. So I went with the index, then the ring finger, then back into the middle, because I really wasn't sure what design I wanted. And once I started and put on the first layer, all of a sudden it came to me. So the index and the ring are going to be solid, that pink thermal. The middle finger is going to be 1 layer of the solid, and then I will ombre that circle glitter sexy beast over that, so you'll see a little bit of that type of design. And then this foil on the prowl is a gorgeous, and it's probably my favorite out of these 3. It's foil dip powder, and the easiest, most simplest way that I can explain to do foils is trust the process, number 1. So I like to lay my nail into the foil dip powder, so of course into a cupcake liner, because you're going to get the best coverage by laying your nail into it instead of dipping into the little container. I'm sorry, I'm out of focus here. I didn't even realize that until I looked up. Usually I just press record, and most of the time I can stay in frame. If I haven't mentioned this before, I'm not a professional. I'm actually a registered nurse who's been doing her own nails for 4.5 years now, I think, possibly, maybe. And this is something that I do for fun, and I do have a side business out of it now, doing press-ons. But this foil is typically, foil dip powders are a clear or milky dip base, and then either 1 color foil, multiple foil colors, whatever. But the foils are, sometimes they're smaller, sometimes they're bigger, sometimes it's all in between, and they're very easy to work with. If you've never worked with a foil, I highly recommend them. Cassandra, I believe, has several other ones on her site. Last month's box had a foil dip powder that had purples and blues, and I think it was pink in it. Gorgeous. I did an entire manicure with it. And what I do, and what I recommend, is lay your nail into the cupcake liner. Make sure you clean up your edges, so that way you don't have any dip base clinging on to some foils in the wrong places. And you'll see me here in a little bit. I will go back for a second layer on these, but what I'm doing is I'm taking a stiff brush, and I am stiff brushing off the top of these. So first layer, once it's dry, I'm taking this stiffer brush. It's just a stiff brush. It's not a hard brush. It's not a soft brush. I just call it a stiff brush. And this was actually included, I think, in last month's box or the box before that. And as long as I'm doing 2 layers of foil, I can stiff brush this first layer to remove any excess that's hanging around. Foils just float away when you brush them. When you touch them with the next layer of dip base, they'll just melt right on in. So just because I wanted to do a second layer, I wanted it to be as smooth as possible. And all you have to do is stiff brush it. You do always want to encapsulate foils with clear dip powder, because if not, your activator will melt away the foils and they'll start bleeding color wise. So I will let you guys watch here for a minute as I do. Never mind. I thought I was gonna do my middle nail here, but either way, second layer of the index finger, and then I will do the second layer of the ring finger, solid and solid. And the ring finger is gonna have the stamping on it. I wanted the index finger to just be plain solid, and my middle nail, like I said before, will have an ombre of that glitter that is the round glitters. I'm not usually a big fan of the glitters that are oddly shaped, other than like the little hexagons. I don't know. I really like using chunky glitters. Round glitters typically for me in the past have given me trouble with some companies. Not all companies. I guess it just depends on the type of glitter. But this one, I'm not going to necessarily say that I was apprehensive. I saw dot glitters and I was like, okay, they're round glitters. And I've never had an issue with any of Cassandra's other oddly shaped glitters before. I think the one that was like cowgirl theme was, or also it might have been last month too, where they were little diamond shaped glitters maybe. I can't remember what shape that was. And I had no issue with those at all. So circle glitters didn't jump out at me as, from her specifically, as being something that I was going to have an issue with. So I wasn't worried about it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ombre it. And all you take is some kind of a makeup brush. And I like to do dip base on the entire nail and then just tappity tap. This is the tap ombre method. And usually my goal is to just tap on as much of the base color as I can. And then if I have to, I will go in and add 1 or 2 of the bigger pieces with just a little dab of the liquid. I didn't even have to do that. These ombre so well. I can totally see somebody doing a full mani of this circle glitter. The design that I had in my head wasn't what I was going for as far as this design, because then I wouldn't have been able to incorporate the stamp. So that's why I only did this one nail to show you guys how easy it is to use. But if you can ombre it that easily, most definitely doing a full nail of it is just as easy. And then all I do is pour over the pink into a cupcake liner. That way I'm not dipping into it and getting glitter into that small little jar. So then again, stiff brush any excess, and then I will do the second layer of these foils, and you will see how so much more amazing, or how more amazing it looks even on the second layer. And at this point, once I am done doing my color application, I'm using Lift Your Spirit Dips clear dip powder and applying it as a final top coat to encapsulate my solid and my glitter and my foil. So highly recommend that you add on the clear dip powder. It is an addition that can be put into the box at any point in time. You just select it from the drop down. Clear dip powder will protect all of the things. So I put it over every mani every time, and then I have no issues with discoloration of my solid colors. I've got no issues filing through those colored glitters or foils. So I'll let you watch that here for just a minute. Once you are done applying the clear dip powder and it has dried, take your stiff brush one more time and remove all of the excess clear dip powder from all the nails, and then we're done with the application. Once your nails are free of any remaining dust, excess dip powder, go ahead and apply your activator, 2 layers to each nail. Look at the color change on that thermal, super duper pretty. Typically you'll see the color change immediately when you are doing thermals once you add the activator. And then just depending on whatever temperature you're at or your body is, you will see the rest of the change. So again, 2 layers of activator to be able to harden all the way through to the first layer on each nail. And then I do buff and file off camera. Once you're done cleaning that up, you go ahead and apply activator one more time. This is what that gorgeous foil looks like once it is buffed and filed over the nail. So 1 layer of activator will prep your nails for top coat. And once I did that, then I decided, hello, I'm just gonna do gel top coat because I'm gonna be doing some stamping. So you don't necessarily need that final activator if you are doing gel. That is only 100% needed if you're doing dip top coat. So at this point, I am doing my West Coast Dips gel top coat. If you want, actually not if you want, but it is highly recommended, and I do recommend it myself. Do gel base, cure that, and then do gel top coat. These manis, like I said, I don't do my manicures for longevity, so typically on myself, I don't do gel base and gel top coat prior to the gel top coat. If you skip gel base, your top coat will actually start peeling up in a couple of days, and you'll notice it flaking off. I'm going to be popping this manicure off either by tomorrow morning or within a few hours, so that's why I don't do the gel top coat. But like I said, recommend gel base, cure that for 30 to 60 seconds depending on what product you're using, and then gel top coat. I did do a flash cure here just so I could cure those few nails and then go finish the pinky. I don't do anything to my ring finger right here because we are going to be doing the stamping on that finger, and this is what the manicure looks like with all of the nails finished off. And now we are going to be working on our stamping. So the plate and all of the plates, typically from any company, as long as they're brand new, they will come with some kind of a film over it. Sometimes the film is clear. Most of the time it's actually a blue film that comes on it. And I've got multiple different companies that I purchase from, and the film is typically blue. This is Maniology plate BMX L359, and it is Valentine's Day, but also animal print, which I think is super unique. And I actually didn't have this specific one in my collection. I've got a lot of Maniology products, a lot of their polishes, and luckily I also don't have this polish. So this one is Viper is the name of it, and it is a dark burgundy, beautiful color. So these polishes are typically called stamping polishes just because of the dry time and the pigmentation, which is what makes them suitable for being able to stamp. And then this jelly stamper right here, which if you're doing stamping, I highly recommend having a clear jelly stamper. That way you can see where you are stamping. I guess back in the day when stamping first started, the stampers were not clear, so I guess it was difficult for the products to be placed correctly. I don't know. I wasn't stamping back then, so here we are. So make sure you clean your stamping plate with acetone, 100% acetone. You can clean it with alcohol, but the proper way to clean it is with acetone so that when you pick up your product, you can pick up your product in one swipe. So once you put the polish on, swipe. I typically swipe to the right or from the top with my scraper card, and then when I pick up with my stamper, I pick up in the opposite direction, usually just by rolling my stamper upwards in a different direction than I actually scraped the polish. I do find that doing it in a different direction does help with the pickup and also your speed. So I don't have the video sped up at this point, so this is in real time. I already did the first stamp of the heart, then I cleaned it with acetone, and I'm going right back in, put some polish on the second heart that I'm doing, take my scraper card, I'm going down on this one, and then when I pick up with my stamper, going up, and then you can see I picked up my image. There are some extra items I don't want on my nail, so I'm taking the side of my scraper card and taking them off just by touching it. Some people use a lint roller. This is just the way that I do it. And then place it where you want it, just kind of by hovering over the nail, and then press down, and you can roll it a little bit left and right. Once you're done with that, take your cotton swab or napkin, whatever you're using, take some acetone, clean the plate off, clean your scraper, and you're done. And right now I'm just going straight in with my gel top coat, but again, for longevity purposes, you would do gel base, cure that, and then do gel top coat and cure it. I have no issues going over my stamping on my nails with a gel base and top coat. It does not smear. If you are doing a dip top coat, then what you want to do is put smudge-free top coat from Maniology. Give that several minutes to dry, then activate, and then do your regular top coat. And this is what our mani looks like. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you being here. Don't forget the discount code, and have a great day. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.